What's up, guys? Eric Prey, Focus Fishing Guide Service, Table Rock Fishing Intel. Got another video fishing report for you for Table Rock. It is Monday, December 27th. Just did a electronic setup and kind of a deep fishing training trip. So don't have my boat down here. Normally be doing this on Tuesday, but because it's supposed to rain tomorrow, I probably won't be back down here. As far as our lake level is concerned, we're at 914.8, so that puts us 0.2 below normal winter pool. Core is moving a lot of water through the entire system. We got that rain last week, brought it up a couple of feet, so they're trying to get that back down. Again, they're planning on keeping Beaver's lake level a little bit lower this year and having more storage capacity for Table Rock. So probably expect to see the lake around 913 would be my guess once they get everything settled down, assuming we don't get a whole bunch of rain tomorrow. Water temperature hasn't moved much, 54, 55, pretty much all over the lake, so not a lot of change there. The bite was tough today. I think they ran 4 units quite a bit this morning, and that's really got the shad moving, and the shad that we found were pretty well pinned to the bottom. So we fished for 6 hours and only had 3 fish. Had 1 keeper and 2 shorts. Moved around a lot, looked for shad in a lot of different places, and really struggled to find the shad. So bite was definitely tough today. I don't know if the shallow guys may have caught them a little bit better, but we went out with the intention of setting up some electronics and keying in on that deep bite, and it just didn't happen today. And you get days like that in the wintertime. It happens. But best way to stay on top of it is to, of course, become a pro member of Table Rock Fishing Intel, and that way you can get those daily reports, weekly reports, all the videos that we've been putting out. We put out a lot of videos on the deep bite this past couple of weeks. Got another one coming out probably by the end of the week. A little bit different take on the deep bite, but and then, of course, we'll start having some jerkbait, A-rig, that sort of videos coming up as those bites start taking off. And apparently the guys are catching them on jerkbait a little bit as well already. But if you're coming down, say you're going to fish lower in the lake, you know, deep bite's still going to be the most productive, or most, as far as numbers of fish, deep bite's still going to be best with Damiki rig, scuba spoon, Rapala jigging rap, drop shot, Kitech, whatever you want to fish. Key is finding the shad. That's why we ran around a bunch today, was just trying to find the shad. And with the amount of water the core was moving today, it made it tough. So you find the shad mostly in the guts of those creeks, and you find the fish and you can get bit. If you can't find the shad, like we struggled to find them today, it's a lot tougher to get bit. There is a decent crankbait bite going on. Day like today, we've got a little bit of wind and the clouds just moved in. They're probably going to munch a crankbait pretty good this afternoon. And same with the jerkbait. Seems like the jerkbait bite's really starting to turn on as well, with either a Spromic stick or a Megabass Vision 110. Talked to a few guys who have been catching them on a jerkbait, so keep that in mind if you're coming down to the lake this weekend. Probably going to have a decent jerkbait bite going, crankbait bite going if we've got wind and clouds. Come up here in the mid-lake, deep bite has been the strongest bite, no way around it, numbers-wise, and some decent quality in the past week or so. But again, today we struggled. Couldn't find the shad. Core had water running, moved the shad quite a bit. Probably should have gone up and fished shallow with a crankbait or a jerkbait or even a jig. But, you know, down here, the deep bite with the scuba spoon, jigging wrap, Damiki rig, drop shot rig, Kitech swim bait, those have all been the best bites of late. I think once the water gets settled, that bite will be better, or will get strong again. And then crankbait bite's been good on windy, cloudy days. Again, like I said, clouds are just now moving in, so we'll probably get a decent crankbait bite this afternoon if I were to go out right now. And that jerkbait bite's just now starting to turn on as well. So same sort of deal, mixed rock, gravel points, 45-degree chunk rock, that sort of thing really seems to be key. But the biggest key is having wind. If you've got wind, you're going to get bit. So keep that in mind if you're going to go out and throw a jerkbait or a crankbait this weekend, or even if you're going to throw a jig this weekend. These fish are on steeper banks when they move up to the bank. Go up in the James, I'm sure the crankbait bite's happening up the James right now. Got this wind, got this cloud cover. Those fish are probably moved up a lot shallower up the James. Water's got a little bit more color to it up there. So either a rock crawler, wigglewort, that sort of thing. Probably start catching them on a jerkbait as well. Spro mixed stick, Megabass Vision 110. Again, mixed rock and gravel, steeper banks are definitely going to be key for that. And then the jig bite. If you don't have the wind, break out a Jewel Pro Spider jig. Caught them last week on it towards the end of the day. I imagine they'll probably bite it today as well. Again, steeper, rockier banks, 10 to 15 foot deep seems to be key for the jig bite, especially if you don't have any wind. Go up the White River. Deep bite's definitely best up the White River right now, as long as they don't keep running this much water and sucking all the shad out of the creeks. But in those creek arms, overall depth doesn't really matter. Most of the fish I've been catching have been in that 40 to 60 foot range when I can find the shad in that range. Some of them a little bit deeper, but ice bait or Rapala jigging rap, scuba spoon, Damiki rig, drop shot rig, or fishing a Kitech swim bait deep, fishing it vertically on a heavy jig head. All those have been working. Crankbait bite's been pretty good up there too. Wigglewort, rock crawler, cloudy, windy days. Hit those steeper points, steeper banks. Rock and gravel mix really seems to be key. Jerkbait bite, I'm sure, is going to be kicking off next week as well. And Megabass Vision 110, Spro mixed stick are basically the only two you really need to own on this pond. And most of those fish are going to be relating to some sort of cover. Wind is going to certainly help that bite. And then the jig bite, last week when I was up there, had a good jig bite in the afternoon. So definitely keep a Jewel Pro Spider jig on your front deck. You can certainly catch some fish doing that as well. Guys, it's almost the first of the year. Happy New Year. Had a good year. Intel's had a good year. Appreciate all the support. Definitely looking forward to next year. Sounds like the Corps' got a new water management plan, so that should help. Maybe we'll have a crankbait bite this spring because we won't have water up in the bushes. If not, we'll have a flipping bite like we did last year. But if they maintain the water the way they say they're going to, we'll probably have a decent wigglewort rock crawler bite. Really think the A-rig and jerkbait bite's probably going to turn on here pretty quick as well. So got some good bites coming up, got some good things happening. Best way to know what's going on before you get down to the lake, of course. Join Table Rock Fishing Intel, become a pro member, get all that information. Know before you go is the biggest thing. At least have a clue where the fish are and what they're doing before you come down here. Have a little bit of a leg up so you're not spending a lot of time chasing baits around trying to find out where these fish are what these fish are doing and where they're doing it at. But if you're coming down, want to hire a guide, give me a call. It's Focus Fishing Guide Service. You can reach me at 417-860-4743 or hit my website, focusfishing.com. Either shoot me an email or book online. Either way, I get back to you as soon as I can. Guys, thanks for watching the videos. Again, check out Table Rock Fishing Intel if you haven't done so. But thanks for watching. Can't wait to hear from you. We'll see you on the water.